Alright, what's up YouTube? This is not my normal intro, however I've only made 2 videos so far, so it's really normal. But today's different because today is the birthday party for one of my best friends. His name is TJ. And what I'm doing is surprising him with a video of the event for his birthday gift. He recently came in possession of some old family videos that he thought he lost, and he's really loved going through those and rewatching them. So I'm gonna do the same thing and give him a video of this event that he can look back on years later, show his family and friends, things like that. And what's really cool about this video is that it is also a review for this plugin that I'm reviewing called Dehancer. So full transparency, Dehancer is not sponsoring this video. However, they did reach out and ask me to review their product in exchange for a 3-year subscription and also be a part of their affiliate program. So if you get anything from them, I've got a 10% off discount in the description. And that kickback does go towards me, but it doesn't cost you guys anything further. So stay tuned and yeah. All right, we're back. So the event went great. TJ had a great time. Lord have mercy. And the video turned out great as well. I finished it a couple days ago and gave it to him, and he was just enthralled. So what I'm gonna do now is walk you guys through one of these frames and how I color graded it, going from this to this using Dehancer. I have all these set up through a power grade. This is the raw S-Log3 image. First thing I do is do a little bit of white balance, then I'll adjust exposure, kind of get the shadows and everything looking good. Then I'll do my color space transform. I will say that Dehancer has a color space transform tool in their plugin. However, just for the sake of like getting this done quickly, I went ahead and just used the color space transform that I'm used to and that I've already got set up. No shade on Dehancers. I've used theirs for a couple other videos that I made and it turned out really well. But I just wanted to get this edit done quickly. But did the good old Sony S Gamma 3 Cine, Sony S-Log3, Rec 709, Gamma 2.4. What I do next is add contrast. So just, darken some shadows, lighten some highlights. After the contrast, I did a little bit of color correction, cooled the image down a little bit, and then added some saturation. Finally, I have a little bit of sharpening. Don't really know if you can tell a massive difference, but I think it adds a little bit of clarity. So usually when I'm color grading, this is what I end up with, and then I have like my final LUT as a note on here. I just added on the plugin that is Dehancer. So the first thing I did to give this video that like home video vibe was apply one of the film profiles. Now Dehancer has a bunch of film profiles in here, all the way from AGFA, whatever that is, Cine Still, Fujifilm, Fuji Color, Kodak, Polaroid, a bunch of things. And I think they keep adding things like pretty often. I've gotten a couple emails since having the plugin. For this one, I just used Kodak Vision 350D. That gave this a good like vibrant but not like oversaturated feel. The next thing I did was turn on expand. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what this did or didn't do, but I think it was just enabled originally and I kind of left it. I will say I'm not the wisest when it comes to all of the film terminology and what all these things really do. I kind of just go off of what I think looks good and what creates the feeling that I'm going for. So I won't be able to explain all of these tools that Dehancer has. However, things that I have used, I've loved. So after expand, I added print. Again, couldn't tell you exactly what it did. I guess this is kind of the print of film, like the print on film. But I just kept it linear to kind of keep the colors where I already had them set. One of the things that I really love about Dehancer is its film grain. They've got a bunch of them. They got 8mm at ISO 50, ISO 250, ISO 500. The same 3 ISOs for 16mm, 35mm, 65mm. I went with 35mm ISO 250. They gave it some nice like grit texture to it. I also love the halation and bloom that Dehancer has. Again, a bunch of different selections to choose from. This is what I think gives the colors and highlights a nice like widening effect, if you want to call it that. Again, color graders, please do not come for me in the comments. I'm new to all this stuff still. And then also after halation, I turned on bloom. Did I? I think I did. Yeah. Then I
added some film damage to kind of give the video that like retro feel, like you're digging this VCH footage from your mom's closet from 20 years ago, you know what I'm saying? And last but not least, I added overscan. So this is what gives you that like film overlay, you know, like the little film bars and boxes. They've got a bunch of them, and this is super customizable, which I really love. You can affect the shape, the gate shape to be super neat and sharp, or neat and rounded, neat and normal. Then you've got preparation mode, negative, positive, or off as well if you don't want that. Then you can also affect the film orientation, vertical or horizontal. This is really cool. You can adjust the exposure of the perforations. You can also adjust the scale of it too. Make it super large. Lens zoom. You can offset the X and Y axis also. And then gate defocus. I guess that kind of makes the edges out of focus. Oh yeah, that's kind of cool. Some other features that Dehancer has that I didn't apply to this video. Their vignette, which is pretty good from what I've experienced. This has a lot of detail controls, like aspect ratio, feathering. You can adjust the center, mask mode to be like inverted, I believe. Then monitor. Oh, it gives you a false color IRE look. That's cool. And then it also has a output adjustment. They also have a LUT generator, where I think you're able to make your own LUT out of things you've adjusted here. That'd be really cool. Like I said, I'm not the most well versed in this plugin so far. Now I will say some of the things that I really do like about Dehancer, especially coming from somebody who doesn't have the full version of DaVinci, is the film grain, halation, and bloom. These all come with DaVinci Studio. However, I haven't purchased it yet, so I can't really do a compare and contrast of how Dehancer's film grain, halation, and bloom head up against DaVinci Studio's grain, halation, and bloom. If you don't have DaVinci Studio, it wouldn't make sense in my mind to pay for Dehancer just to get these three features. It makes more sense in my mind to go ahead and get DaVinci Studio. But I think the leg up that Dehancer has is all of the film emulation LUTs that it has baked into this program. And also the overscan, dude. This is so cool in my opinion. I'll definitely be using this for other music videos and things like that I do, but just the sheer amount of film emulators that it has, I think it's definitely worth it. If you're somebody who really values the look of film, Dehancer is well worth the money. And if you don't want to do like a whole year-long subscription and pay up front, they do have a monthly subscription as well. Dehancer's prices and plans start at $29 a month for an individual just for the photo package. Individual for photo and video, $59 a month. Studio, which is the version that I'm working off of currently, is $99 a month. And then production is $500 a month. I forgot to mention that Dehancer also works with photography plugins too. Let's see if it'll tell us all of the plugins that it works with. So yeah, Dehancer works with all of these programs you see down here: DaVinci, Final Cut, After Effects, Premiere, I don't know what that is, and a slew of others for photography and video editing, which is really dope. Dehancer not only is a plugin for all of your video editing softwares on your laptop, they also have a desktop and a mobile version, which is phenomenal for anybody working in DaVinci on iPad or even in CapCut, things like that. So make sure you check those out too. However, if you're doing with the video capabilities of this plugin, you have to go with at least individual photo and video, which is $59 a month. Or if you just want to go ahead and buy the lifetime subscription, you can choose from the plugins that work best with your system. So say you wanted to get a lifetime of Dehancer Pro for DaVinci Resolve, you get individual at $6.99 or Studio for $19.99. Honestly, if it was me, I would probably go with lifetime just because I hate monthly subscriptions. But if you just want to try this out, I say definitely go with a monthly plan first. Again, you get 10% off with my code EGAC10. But again, if you're someone who really loves film looks, Dehancer is definitely the plugin to go for you. I don't go for the film look in everything that I shoot, but yet I do still love Dehancer, and I've started to love the film look even more. And if this interests you whatsoever, even if you want to try it, I definitely suggest getting it for like at least a month, seeing how it feels and seeing how this works in your workflow and what you do. Again, you can get 10% off with my code EGAC10, but I think that in whatever work you do when it comes to editing and color grading, you will find a use out of Dehancer that you may not get with any other plugin. But thank you, Dehancer, for reaching out and asking me to review the product. This has been phenomenal, and I love what you guys have made here. Dehancer is a film emulation plugin that does a lot more than just emulate film. It brings artistic vision to life. Definitely worth your time, worth your money, worth your investment. And I'm not just saying that so I can get commission, but I genuinely believe that this is a phenomenal product. And Dehancer, you've made gold. Thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what kind of looks you usually go for in your videos, and if you think Dehancer is going to be a good tool in your workflow. As always, what did I say in the last video? And as always, love you. God bless. Peace. I hate filming myself.